Wow. Alright, so I got the retracts. Because how do you not? You gotta get the freaking retract units. Man, this is really all individually taped in here really well. So there's our Oleo struts and their landing gear units. Those are freaking sweet. Cut this sucker out. There's the spinner, unpainted. And this looks like a 2-blade spinner, which is no good. No bueno. I'm gonna be going with a 3-blade. And here we got gun hatches, it looks like. Here's the hatches. And the landing gear doors, which are honestly a pretty poor shape. I don't really like how they modeled the landing gear, but most model companies don't get the landing gear shape right on these things. Alright, we got the wing joiner, it looks like, in here, in the fiberglass cowl. Alright, so there's a lot in here actually. So we got our wing joiner, wing spar, whatever you want to call it. We got our accessories bag with the old style, the sod mount, landing gear, hard mount, little fuel tank, wheels, some wing washers, some like washers and shit. One of those motor mounts, firewall, bracket, what else? Oh, looks like about it. And then we got our nice joint here. I'll put the camera down for a second. We got our fiberglass cowl here. Oh wow, that's really nice. They did a really lovely job painting it. It's really pretty. I might cut this out to a bigger diameter to allow more airflow and to kind of match the Focke-Wulf a little better. I feel like this diameter hole was bigger. I've done quite a few of the 148 model kits of the FW190, and those give you a really good sense of like the aircraft and its representation. Here's the instruction manual. I've heard poor things about the instruction manual. Heard it's very generic, but we will see. Oh, and there's decals. Hell yeah. Sig. sweet. Dude, this thing's really pretty. I saw the pictures of it on Motion RC and I love the colors. But then I saw photos of it, a couple photos from like people taking pictures of it or making videos of it. And on indoors with a low quality camera, the colors just looked kind of bland. And I was like, I hope it doesn't look more bland like that. But no, it's a really gorgeous plane. It looks good. The color, especially that red really pops. I like this bluish gray. And then you got your light and dark greens. The dark green modeling. It's pretty freaking sweet. Trying to not make a ton of noise here because I got the baby. Trying to open this up. They did a very, very good job with the packaging of this. And so far, everything is perfect, in perfect condition. The box arrived in really good condition. No damage, no marks. FedEx is usually pretty good, at least in my experience. Holy cow. It smells good. I like the way it smells. It smells like wood and glue. This is a gorgeous rudder. They didn't perfectly replicate the FW190 tail shape, but they did a pretty good job, I would say. Let's see how that... Oh, okay, so these aren't glued in at all. This is totally up onto me to glue. Okay, so these are just like, I don't even know what kind of hinges these are. These are just like cloth or paper hinges or something along that line. I'm not really too sure, but nonetheless it will need glued in. No biggie. I'd rather glue in everything and make sure it's to my liking. Don't see that. But yeah, I'd rather glue it in myself. Can't lose the wing joiner. Alright, let's get out the vertical stabilizer, or horizontal stabilizer. I like how they tape this. It's kind of tricky doing this one-handed for the video, but I'd rather struggle making a freaking video and the plane come proper and intact with, you know, everything it's supposed to. Alrighty. So it is the stick-on ARF covering, but they did a really phenomenal job with it, and it's in really good shape. There's no bubbles. Let's see, yep, these need all glued in. Okay, that's easy. Easy peasy. Well, the nice thing about these hinges is they don't really appear like they'll wear out and break over time. They appear to be pretty solid. Like paper, you know, like it's not like plastic hinges where if the hinge stops hinging, it'll just bend the plastic back and forth until it breaks. Alright, let's get out the fuselage here. About time. I think it's about time for the fuse. so much tape, but it keeps it secure. Where else are we taped up? Hold on, putting the camera down for a second. Very lightweight. I mean, I know it's a balsa bare fuselage, but still, it's really, really lightweight. I'm gonna have to. More tape. Voila. After a bit of work, got it out. Wow. This thing is gorgeous. There's no doubt about it. Alright. This covering is really, really pretty. Oh, look. And they did a good job of lining up the decals. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than some of the other ones I've seen that are off like an inch, inch and a half. This one's not terrible. And I can fake these lines in a little better with some of my modeling, my acrylic paint. So probably do that. That and this baby's got to get weathered. Oh sweet, it actually has holes for exhaust, I guess, if you want to put simulated exhaust out of it. If it doesn't come with that, I guess. But I might actually end up making a full exhaust system for this, for the 4-stroke. This cockpit is really pretty. This airframe's a little out of scale. It's not the best representation of a Focke-Wulf, but I still think it's really, really pretty looking. And it's good enough for me, so. Let's see how this cowling works on here. Oh, the cowling's bent. Alright, so that's going to be an issue. So the cowling's definitely warped. I don't know to what extent. Let's see how this lines up. Alright, well the cowling fits on real tight. And mind you, this is before the screws. I'll edit that long black sequence out where I put the plane down, but I saw this on another person's video, but yeah, the gun indents don't line up perfectly, but it's not an end all. And they have the radio mast. That's a pretty good representation of the seat and radio mast. And it actually gives you a place to hook up a wire to the tail, which I will for sure be doing. But yeah, really pretty fuselage. So far everything looks glued together properly. It looks like good workmanship so far. Which I've also heard mixed reviews about, but I'm pretty satisfied so far with what I am seeing and feeling. It's gonna be fun to outfit. And then what is this cover? I'm gonna try and see how this cover comes off real quick. Is this just magnetic? What is this? I think it's just magnetic. Okay, so I can just lift up right in the middle, yeah. Okay, so that's just magnetic. So, the gun hatch, which realistically, if you want the scale, this would be on hinges and would flip open. Like the real Focke-Wulf. But then again, the real Focke-Wulf wasn't made out of balsa. Under here would be where the machine guns, where the receivers of them sit and the ammunition for the nose cannons. But yeah, smells like a balsa. I love that smell, man. So I'm gonna try and do my best to keep this thing out of the direct, like just sitting in the sun for extended periods. At the Warbird event, I'll have my own tent set up, and I'll have my balsa planes under there to keep them from getting too hot. Wow, these wings are sweet. Alright. This is gonna be the freaking coolest part. Wow. Alright. Got the wings out. I'm gonna unpackage them. I'm gonna go check on the baby real quick. Be right back. Alright, and here are the wings. I highly recommend y'all go check out Dornado's video on this plane. I know he had a couple issues with gluing. This model I have not ran into any of the issues. I inspected the inside of the fuselage pretty deeply, and all the joints look properly glued, and I can't find any weak spots. I don't see anything that concerns me. Same with the wings. Everything is constructed fairly well. So far it's been pretty high quality for me. I will see when I actually start putting things together, but so far, right out of the box, it appears to be a more high quality kit than I was anticipating from reviews and videos that I have seen. Also, I have I can't show you it right now because it's in the baby's room, but I have the Dynam V3 Focke-Wulf, and that's a 1320 millimeter wingspan, I believe. This one's the 1510 millimeter wingspan. This one seems quite a bit bigger than my Dynam Focke-Wulf. They're both A variants, primarily A8s. If you actually look at what they're modeling in the armaments, they're pretty much like A8 fighter variants, which seems to be like the most modeled Focke-Wulf in frickin' human history for RC is the A8. You'll be hard pressed to find Doras, especially in balsa. That isn't like a scratch built, but that is neither here nor there. I'm getting off topic now, but yeah, I am super excited. This is my first balsa warbird. I've been flying warbirds for a little over a year now, and I've had great success with them, and I love the way they fly. So it's definitely time for a balsa with a 4-stroke, and now it's time to build this thing before the warbird event at my local RC club. So don't mind the purple people eater down there. Didn't know that was down there, but yeah, so I'm super excited to showcase this at the event, and I will be making like a dedicated build video and like a taxi test and maiden video, and probably a video for the warbird event. So yeah, thanks, bye bye.